at the jury house. Can't believe I was there for 65 days and I didn't make jury. Oh my God. Oh God. I'm seeing isolation, psychological games. Yes, Julie? Twinsies?
It's day 93 in the Big Brother house.
93?
Dominated the game this week.
Girl, 93 is crazy.
HOH, Jag, nabbed the veto, and the two solidified their final pre-alliance with Bowie James. As a result, Serene and Felicia find their Big Brother lives on the line, with both of them being told that they are the pawn, but only one truly is. So, who will be blindsided tonight when the votes are cast, and who will make up the final four when all is said and done? We'll find out tonight, live. But first, Matt thinks Cerise staying is his best path forward, but his ally Jag has other plans. Could this be the beginning of the end for the Minutemen?
This veto meeting is adjourned.
Day 90 is crazy.
I decided not to use the veto. Right now, Felicia and Serene think that they're the pawns, and Felicia is supposed to be the target.
Time out. Why am I just finding out that Jag is a truck company owner? What? What?
Likely to cut me over Matt and Bowie. I want to vote her out, but I want to get Matt on board.
This will be my 5th time on the block on eviction night, but this time I'm sitting next to Serene. Me and Serene were supposed to be the final two, but that plan is not going to be realized because on Thursday, Serene should walk out the door into the jury house. I want to feel like I'm okay, but my Serene senses say, don't get too sure, lady. As you've seen this whole season, the pawn has gone home, so I don't ever want to get to a point that
The pawn is at home. The pawn is going home. The pawn is sitting in her house. The pawn. Put just dummy across my forehead. Stupid dummy.
The only thing that matters is we beat the mama. I've helped and protected Matt throughout this game, but I have to start thinking about my own game now. Serene going would be good for my game, but I don't think it's smart for Matt's game at all. I need to convince Matt to make a move that helps me more than it helps him. Who do you think the better competitor is?
I think it's Felicia.
Oh.
She won the brand HOH, and if she won to be in this comp, she would have.
Serene was neck and neck with me and Bowie. What I'm thinking about is who's going to be easier to beat next week. Felicia's been in a must-win situation most of the season, and
I'm triggered.
Every competition almost
I'm triggered.
lost.
You know she ain't throwing them.
Whereas Serene hasn't been in a must-win, and we don't know her full comp potential. Dude, I'm telling you, she's good.
I know I want Serene here. I honestly don't think she would target me. I believe she would target Jag and Bowie first before me. Oh, there she is. Okay. We have a very great relationship and
DJ BJ. Ooh, child.
We're just talking.
Ooh, child.
Who should stay and who should go?
Yeah.
Honestly, Serene might be the more risky competitor to take into next week.
Yeah.
Just because she's played in less competition.
Yeah, so we don't know how she plays, actually.
Yeah, she's played in less, and she might be
That's
better. I
scary.
think she might be
Yeah.
better, and so is it worth it to evict Serene this week and keep Felicia?
with Felicia, she's always saying Felicia's smarter, so I'm like, if there could be a smart one coming up, Felicia should be on it.
Oh yeah, Mama. When I say Mama Fee knows those days and those comps like the back of her hand.
Risky when Serene gets too close. It's no accident that Serene has got to the sofa and survived 5 times. You just got to be careful she doesn't win.
Next person on the Mafia's hit list, Serene.
Look at
I
Matt.
don't really see much of a difference between the two, competitive-wise, but I see that Jag and Bowie really wants Suri to go. I really want Suri to stay, but I'm also worried that if I push too hard, Jag and Bowie are going to get a little sussed out.
How will we handle this if that's where we're going?
We tell them both that they're good, and then we textbook blindside Savita.
Yeah.
Girl. Oh, my bed, my old bed.
Pitch. I ain't gonna be chasing you down.
Oh.
We had some ups and downs, but I trusted you, even though had a little, mishap with Red.
Yeah.
I've been working on building your trust with me ever since.
Yeah.
And I hope that I've done that, and I would love to play this game further with you. I just hope I can count on your vote.
Yeah, thank you. And yes, thank you. I'm telling Suri that she has my vote, but that is not true. This is 100% game. This is not personal.
So I appreciate you. I love you.
Hey, sis.
And that's it. All right. Thank you. When I was on the block against Cameron, everyone was like, you're good. You are good. You're gooder than good. This time, I don't feel that way. I feel uneasy and nervous.
Yeah, why, Jay Bleezy, why are they playing with the mamas? My brother, good looking. Oh, my nerves are bad just at the fact that one of the mamas is leaving tonight. Like, what? Oh, it is a boost. Listen, I hope that it is some type of memory days. Okay, listen. And shout out to my brother Jay Bleezy. Jay Bleezy is Jared, if y'all didn't know. So y'all hear me saying Jay Bleezy. Shout out to my little bro, Jay Bleezy. I don't know why they playing with the mamas. I'm sick about it, though. I am so sick. I'm so sick right now. Like, my nerves are bad. I legit remember the week that I was on the block, how the week started, and it was, oh, you're good. It's not a question. Absolutely voting for you to stay. Like, you don't even have to pitch. That was how the start of the week was for me. We were nominated on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Oh, you're good. Good. Like, girl, when the tide change, you can feel it. Like, you can feel when the vote is being flipped. You can feel it. I promise you. Start of the week, you're good. Absolute. I was like, okay. All right. Let me keep it cute then. I'm going to keep it cute. I'm not going to do too much. Girl. By Tuesday night, Wednesday, I'm like, did something happen? What didn't happen? I thought I was good, y'all. Girl, listen, you cannot. When I say you can't trust. Big D, Jay Bleezy. Listen. And I'm having wine today. Normally this is a seltzer. It's giving wine today because my nerves are bad. Nerves are bad, okay? I can't believe it. The fact that one of the mamas are leaving, I don't like that, y'all. I don't like that at all. I really don't. I don't. Big D! Who do you want evicted tonight? I don't want either of them evicted tonight, and I know that's not helpful at all, but honestly I don't. Would I be a logical juror or bitter juror? I would be a bitter juror, contrary to how I may have left the house with the I wouldn't have been a bitter juror. I was just salty in a moment. I lost my chance at $750,000. What was I supposed to do? Yes, Big D. I know. I need to call you. My life is a mess right now. What am I doing with my life? It's a mess. Oh, ooh, let's see. Jury house. Cowboy Cam.
Daddy's home.
Head and shoulders.
Hello.
Now daddy's home, screaming, crying, gasping for air.
I'm the only one. So, being the first juror is an interesting scenario. Did they make the right decision in voting me out? Yes, I probably would have made the same move that they made. I want to see Corey walk through that door, not because I have some sort of a hatred for him, but because I am such a fan of Jag. He overcame a lot of things from the very beginning, and the adjustments that he made took him very deep into the game.
But oh, Corey with his shirt on. Listen, Corey with this shirt and this mustache. First of all, okay, let me stop talking.
It was crazier than you could have expected.
Don't Corey look like he's supposed to be in like legit in the mob, like in the real legit mafia? Like he'll put a hit out on somebody. Like his nickname in the mob is Skinny.
Cooking up more lies.
Oh, not cooking up more lies. I'm screaming.
Any chance to get one of the boys? Would be fun, but I'm gonna put my money on Blue today. Yeah. Oh my God.
Girly pop.
Kitty purr.
I'm very bummed about being evicted from the house. I did feel a little blindsided. I know that I was going after Jag and Matt, and being the strongest competitor in the house, they had to take the shot. It's been a crazy week, and y'all know I never rolled to a party alone. It was double eviction night. Who do y'all think it is?
It's Jag.
Oh,
It's shot o'clock.
Miss America.
Oh, they got me.
Look at Corey. Corey, look at Corey.
Surprise. Ultimately, I think Jag is responsible for my eviction. Although I let on that Bowie J's HOH, she's just following Jag's orders.
Oh.
It was scary. Let me just show y'all.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Congratulations, Jag. You are the new head of household.
Y'all, this is foolish.
America's the target.
And this is what they tell me. Don't worry about it. You're going to go up. It's good. Yeah.
The first house guest that I have nominated is. The next house guest that I have nominated is.
Seeing your face pop up on the memory wall for nominations,
I am the better competitor.
sick. It's
So that was
sickening.
the one part I was like, I feel really weird in this position, but similar to you, I was like, I just have to trust them. And the only thing I can rely on is Vito.
And the winner of the Golden Power of Veto is Jag!
He's in a position where he needs to win every competition to get to the end.
Yeah.
And he might just do it. Yeah. I have decided not
Yeah.
to use the power of veto.
House look nice though.
Evicted from the Big Brother house.
All right. Time to watch my downfall.
Congratulations, Bowie James.
DJ BJ with the pigtails, crying, and a fresh fade in the back. Ooh.
I wouldn't put her up. I said, and you put me up next to Felicia, I'm going home. She's so unaware of everything. It's
Oh.
insane.
She knew. She knew. She knew the plan. Plan. I didn't fully expect Bowie to pull one out there. That gives her 2 HOH wins and honestly a pretty solid resume.
This is terrifying, but I nominate Felicia and America. Her not seeing that keeping Matt
Hello?
is good for her.
Boy Jane collect the HOHs like Pokemon cards. Hello?
I'm going to announce the same.
Say what you want to say, but you better get into it.
Nope.
America, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
So guys, all of them, liars, dumbasses.
Oh.
I'm still a little bit salty about Matt, Jag, and Bowie betraying me. So I'm rooting for
That's
them.
why y'all shouldn't have flipped them vote on me, sis. Why y'all do? Why? Why? Why would? Why would y'all flip?
Both of them.
But
Can beat the other.
what was the?
Yeah, exactly.
With America out of the game, I'm able to just freely root
I got
for
some
Matt
questions
to
for
win.
Nally now.
Unlike Jag, he never really had to rely on competitions to secure his safety. He's never been in danger. Jag was evicted 10-0, where Matt was chilling off the block at that point, which I do respect. What's interesting to me is one of them is going to win the final 3 HOH.
Yep.
And they're going to have to make a decision to certainly win or to have a 50-50 shot at winning.
Exactly. Right now, the most dangerous player is obviously Jag, but Matt has never touched the block. He plays an incredible social game, so I'm
Never touching the block?
Who's playing the best game?
It's crazy.
I want a tour of the house now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
It's pretty cool.
Okay, Julie with the little skirt suit on.
Eviction coming up. Plus, find out how you at home can vote for your favorite house guest.
Ooh.
The winner takes home $50,000.
Oh, 50. Okay, listen, hold up, wait a minute. Let's reverse. I have officially entered the chat. You know, I don't be responding that much on Twitter because I try to stay out of the fray. You know, but listen. I know y'all be on Twitter like we not. I might need that, y'all. Fifth. I needs that. What? She said that America's favorite player is gonna be getting $50,000 this year. 50. Okay. I know what y'all be saying. I know what y'all be saying. I be seeing what y'all be saying on Twitter. I just be lurking in the background. America's favorite player, Julie just announced that America's favorite player will be winning $50,000 this year. And it's been 50 since 23. Okay, see, yeah, I thought it was 25. I need all of that. Listen, hello? Let's see, question. I'm looking at the questions. So if y'all have questions, put them in the question box. Mimi, how did you hug Cam, not Corey? Corey was such a fan of yours. Okay, let me say this. Y'all know I love Skeezy, Skinny, whatever it is that you want to call him. I love him. I was super mad in that moment. I was pissed. Let me take a deep breath. I wasn't mad. I was pissed. Okay, we're talking about $750,000. And I knew for a fact that Corey is actually the only person that told me that votes would possibly be flipping. And once he told me that, in my mind, the first thing I'm thinking is, well, if votes are flipping, you in America have to have some hand at it, because Mama Fee just stood in the living room and in the kitchen yelling at you both, then yelling at your girlfriend. I don't think that anybody has an expectation that you all will be voting to keep Mama Fee based on what just happened. So if votes are flipping, they are flipping because you in America have given the green light for the votes to flip, right? This is what I'm thinking in my mind at the time. So when y'all are like, oh, why do you hug Corey? Obviously, I'm like, him and America are behind my eviction. I'm pissed. I was mad. I was super mad. I was so mad. Super mad. Are you going to finale? Absolutely. Of course. Of course. Mama Fee winner at AFP like Tay. Ooh, okay. I'm not mad at it. Go ahead, Mama Fee. So that was why I was so upset in the moment. Everybody's like, why did you hug Corey and why did you hug Cam? Like, to be honest with you, obviously okay, let me be quiet. I'm gonna shut up. Intermission.
With only a week left in the game,
A week is crazy.
in the Minutemen Alliance become an opportunity for one of the nominees.
Should we jump to a map?
Sure.
I know they're sick of looking at their house.
Dad, do you run distance? Okay, I can tell. What else, gang? So Jag is representing Matt being an Olympian. That has meaning to Matt. And what Jag is doing, he's diminishing that.
Oh.
It's kind of like a low-key insult to Matt. And lately, I'm noticing Jag spending a whole lot less time with Matt and all his time with me.
Put y'all questions in the chat so I can answer after.
I'm clear.
Oh, now they got full-blown comforters outside.
As a much better final two than Matty Ice.
Clocked it, Mama Fee.
All of this is something I need to bring to Matt's attention now. So maybe Jag ain't the final two for you, Matt. Maybe it's me.
Who? Hello?
Me.
Shut up.
Matty Ice,
So,
we've been watching them guys become very insulting towards you.
Ooh,
it's so
look at Mama Fee. Yeah, I know she gonna stir the pot.
You paying attention?
No.
You ain't paying attention to what they doing?
Were they still fan?
Just comment. You gotta be listening and watching what they doing.
I can't hear them. That's why I don't know that.
Right.
Yeah.
obvious.
That's okay.
I know.
Look.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
oh.
feel you there.
There you go.
Bush is telling me that Jag and Bowie are apparently making fun of me, and I can't hear it. Jag's my boy, why would he make fun of me? That's annoying. In the real world, that happens, and I just kind of walk away. But it does upset me in the end of the day.
I know Matt super well. I'm gonna go up there. And I can tell when something is bothering him. And it seems like something's off.
Bush's like, those two were like being mean to you.
Oh, Matt.
And I was like, what? When? That's what I'm saying. She's like, you didn't hear. I'm like, bro.
Where is this coming from? On a gameplay level, Bowie and I have definitely talked about Final 2 plans and what that could look like. But Matt is my friend, and I would never talk badly behind his back like that.
I was like, well, I can't really hear what they're saying. And she goes, well, we can hear it for you. And she's like, you know, Jag is closer to Bowie. I'm like, closer to Bowie than you? We are the people that have been most loyal to each other without fault.
Play the game how you want to play the game. Make up lies. You've made up plenty before. The moment you bring personal things into this, that's the moment I'm going to lose respect, and we can vote you out this week. Like, don't think that like you're here because of some crazy gameplay that you're doing in your masterminding things. Like, you are here because we have willed you to be here.
I don't want Felicia out. I don't care who goes. I'm like, bro, I don't want that.
Dog, she knows she's saying crazy too. Mama Fee has lied a lot in this game and stuff, but she's never, like, one thing I was saying is, like, she's never crossed that line. If she's actually trying to make things up,
That's crossing a line.
Yeah.
So, that's what's been bothering me.
Oh,
She does mean to blame your disability, but the reality is they know a weakness is that you might not have heard.
Yeah.
And that's borderline playing on it, but she may not be consciously doing it, you know?
Yeah.
my initial reaction is like, but then she may have misinterpreted.
Yeah.
That's what's been bothering me. Because if that's her angle, then personally, I would be like, can you guys vote 1-1 and I can vote her out?
I get that Matt is upset about this, but on the other side of the coin, we have to understand that something could have gotten lost in translation. On a game level, I think Sari is still more dangerous and should go this week. But on a personal level, if Matt is dead set on Felicia going this week, then I will 100% support Matt on that.
I want her ass out.
I'm crying. Look at the girl.
When we return, either Serene or Felicia will see their game come to an end. The live vote and eviction next. Stay with us.
Y'all. What? What? First of all, they both look beautiful. Let's start there. They both look beautiful. The fact that it's only 3 people sitting on the couches, sickening. Sickening. What did we just watch? What did we just watch? What is happening? Okay, let me go to questions. What was it like being in the house with Matt, knowing that he was hard of hearing, I think is the correct term? It was a new experience for me, at least, and very eye-opening, just being able to fully understand what that experience is like for Matt. And then seeing how much energy and effort that the entire Big Brother team put into making sure that he had equal footing in this game and was able to play on a level playing field with the rest of us. It was great. I mean, it wasn't without its challenges, obviously. But Matt is a trooper, and I hate to use that word, but Matt is definitely a trooper and somebody who I admire. And I used to tell him all the time, I am so happy that it is you who is setting the bar, setting the standard, being the first hard of hearing person to actually play this game and setting the standard for what that looks like moving forward. It was great to see him in action up close in person. And then obviously he's a freaking Olympian. Like, what? I think there was probably only, it might have been a couple competitions that I beat him in. I was gonna say probably only a few. Might have been a couple competitions that I beat him in, you know. But yeah, seeing him in action is great. And honestly, in my exit interview, they were like, who do you think is going to win? And this is, you know, day 65 from what I know, what I've seen up until that point. I was like, oh, it's definitely going to be Matt. He's so well liked and so well received in the House. Like, I can't imagine someone voting him out at that point, at least. I couldn't imagine it. So, you know, now that we've gotten here, I think that, you know, things, you know, there are more options on the table. But at that point, when we were down to the final 10, I was like, oh, Matt is so well liked and so well received in the House. Literally every single person in the House loves Matt. So seeing it up close in person was crazy. Okay, let's see. I hope Sari calls them out of her speech like she mentioned. Oh, listen. Y'all, based on my exit, y'all know I'm here for a little pop, 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 pop on the way out. Because at that point, you have nothing left to lose. And, you know, what I will say is that I told y'all I'll be watching what y'all be saying on Twitter. You know, and people be like, well, why didn't you do that? Honestly, when you were in the, I don't think people understand. 750,000. I'm going to get my owner's question there. $750,000 are on the line when you are playing the game of Big Brother. It's a lot of stuff that you're not willing to say and do to jeopardize that in the moment. So people are like, why didn't you say that before? Because it was $750,000 on the line, which is why I wasn't calling people out. What are you talking about? Do you think if I would have walked around the house calling people out, cursing people out, and girl, I would have been right after Heisen. They would have been like, okay, Miko, you can see the exit. Thank you for your service. It's been great knowing you. Your outfits were cute. You can exit. I would have been week 4 had I come in there calling people out being how y'all want me to be. I would have been. Your girl would have been gone week 4. She would not have been there for 9 weeks. Let's just get into that. $750,000 on the line. There are a lot of things that you're going to withhold and not say when there are 2/3, 3/4. I don't know what it is. However many, whatever the ratio is, when there's that much money on the line, it's a lot that you're willing to say and or not say and do when that much money is on the line, to be honest with you guys. I'm just calling a spade a spade. Crazy. And then once you're out the game, at that point, it doesn't matter. You have nothing to lose. But any other time before then, absolutely not. If y'all thought I was going to walk around there calling people out, and you should have, and why didn't you, and did you know? Oh, girl, please. After high school, they would have been like, Miko, see ya. Okay, question. Put the questions in the question box so I can answer. Oh, not the pumpkins. It's November. Where the Christmas trees at?
One will become a juror and the other makes it to the final 4. Let's head to the living room and talk with the 2 nominees.
I'm nervous, y'all. This little piece of hair don't want to act right, but okay, let's get into it. Okay, I'm going to turn it up. Y'all not going to be mad if I turn it up right.
Sari, Felicia, in just moments, your housemates will cast their votes to evict live. But
my heart is
before they
beating.
do, you each have a final chance to sway their votes with one brief statement.
Okay.
Sari, you're up first.
Yes, 2 ponies.
Okay. Well, Clarissa Hacker, I would love to see you next week when this is all over. I love you, honey. Miss Tina, Mr. Kenny, Mom and Dad, a.k.a. Mom and Dad, I miss you guys. Yvonne and Ivani, Lola will be home soon. And to my house guests, thank you for 93 amazing but crazy days.
Thank you, Sari. Felicia?
Hello, family. Dwayne and Jair, I hope to see you on the other side of that door next week.
Oh.
It's been fun. I'm out of words. I hope that I last here for 100 days, but 93 amazing days, no complaints, no worries, and my mustard seed faith is still there.
Felicia, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you both. All right, everyone. It's now
Okay,
time
premiere
for
outfit.
voting to begin.
In case y'all forgot, she said those 93 days ago. Get into it.
Are allowed to vote.
Okay, let me shut up.
Matt, as current head of household, you will only vote in the event of a tie. One at a time.
Faith of a
Jack,
mustard seed merch.
then Bodie
Hello?
Jane
Let me get a
will
hoodie.
enter the diary room and cast their vote to evict. Jag, it's time. Please go to the diary room.
Jag and this chain, I'm crying.
Jag
The chain.
thinks Suri is the
Hey,
stronger
girl.
competitor, but he is concerned about Felicia's social game. Who poses the bigger threat for him tonight?
Okay, what's about to happen, y'all?
Hello, Jag.
Hi, Julie. You look spooktacular.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Please cast your vote to evict.
I vote to evict Suri.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to Matt's mom. You've raised an amazing young man.
Bowie Jane seems to have chosen Jag as her final two. Will she vote with him and seal Suri's fate? Hello, Bowie Jane.
G'day, Julie.
Please cast
G'day.
your vote to evict.
I voted to evict Suri.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone at my podcast page behind the beat and happy birthday, Matt's mum.
Y'all. There's only 2 votes this week, right?
All of the votes are in.
Yeah.
Let's give the news to the house guests.
Screaming, crying, throwing up.
House guests, the votes are in. When I reveal the vote, the evicted house
Heart
guests will
beating.
have just a few moments to
My
say
heart was
goodbye,
beating, y'all.
gather her belongings, and walk
I was throwing
out
up on the
front
inside.
door. By a vote of 2-0, Suri, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Y'all. Mama Fee is the official blockbuster. This is crazy.
Don't worry about it.
Love you so much.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna have a lemon drop for the show.
Yes, have Suri.
The season of the unanimous votes. Okay.
Suri, seriously. Oh my God. One for me.
Come on now, get this. You go get it, girl.
Oh.
It was what, 3 non-unanimous votes?
I get the door front.
Miss Suri voted for Jared and Izzy, and then Bowie Jane and Cam voted for Red. Only 3 non-unanimous votes. Oh, was that a dog? Or was that my dog? This is crazy, y'all.
Don't say it. I never should have said it. You should still say it right away.
Mama Peter made it to the final 4, y'all. This is correct, girl.
Suri, you were told by Matt as HOH when he nominated you that you were the
Look at her
pawn.
face.
You never felt safe, did you?
Absolutely not. Nicole was the pawn,
Oh,
right?
hello.
You never want to be in a pawn position because typically the pawn goes home, and I tried to impress that on Matt, but Jag has him, so.
So why do you think they chose to evict you and not Felicia?
I really believe that Jag feels if anything goes awry, if I mess around and win a veto or HOH, that I'm going to be on Matt's side. And he's right. If he is right, Jag was public enemy number 1, and if I could get Jag out of this game, that's exactly what I plan to do.
You came into the house as a known Survivor legend and playing in the secret family twist with your son Jared.
I know.
You made it to day 93.
I know.
Are you surprised?
I am so flabbergasted. I expected to be gone week 1. Big Brother is not Survivor. So I'm honored, one, to play this game. Triple honored to be here on day 93, a Survivor crossover. So not too shabby in my eyes, Julie.
Not bad at all.
With your son Jared, help your game or complicate it?
Honestly, I think it complicated it because certain moves that really weren't good for my game, I had to do for Jared's game. For instance, Red going
Professor.
home. Red and I were pretty tight. I was good with Red, and I thought Red would be a good ally to take far in the game. However, he wanted a sit-down conversation with Jared and Cameron about the miscommunication, about Cameron wanting Red out, and I know it was a miscommunication. That would have caused a lot of problems for Jared, so I had to ensure that Red went home.
So, 4 times starving on a stranded island. on Survivor versus 93 days in the Big Brother house.
Brown sugar babe.
Which one's hard? Which one's harder?
Give me a second. Honestly, and listen, my Survivor people, you know I love y'all, and we are starving the elements.
This game is hard.
We're in a pressure cooker here, a true.
It's hard, y'all.
There's no escaping this.
It's hard.
No breaks. There's no days off. For me, Big Brother's harder.
It's hard. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It is the most challenging thing that I've ever done in my life.
Just imagine going to work tomorrow, walking into your job tomorrow, and then saying, hey, by the way, you're not leaving for 100 days. We got a bed in the back, a nice backyard. Go to the cafeteria, help yourself, but you're not leaving for 100 days, and you're going to work the entire time. No break,
Yeah,
no
that's
time
a lot of
off.
overtime.
Yeah.
How about we listen to your goodbye messages?
Please.
Right here.
Thank you, Julie.
Sari, we've had our ups and downs, but trust me when I say, I love you. It has been my pleasure.
Mama Sari, I really wanted to be us two, the final two. I'm gonna miss playing this game with you. It's been such an honor to getting to know you, and you've been my mama in this house, and I love you.
Sari, it is purely a game move that you have to go this week. You are the stronger player, and I think if we left you in, we would be gone the week after. So I really value everything we built together.
Sari, you were my target all along this week. I was able to convince Matt to target you this week. I think if given the chance, you would choose Bowie and Matt over me, and I'm just not going to give you that chance.
Oh.
I can't wait to see you outside of this.
You're right.
Well, Sari, you are off to the jury house.
Look how I'm
when
drinking
you
a wine,
will be
y'all.
back here 1 week from tonight, November 9th, when you and the rest of the jury vote for a winner.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sari.
Ooh, child.
Up next is the live HOH competition.
Get it.
Who will rise to power and claim the first of 3? Plus, find out how you can vote for your favorite house guest. Stay with us.
Oh, okay. Oh, the jury. I'm reading the comments, which I say jury management is terrible, horrible. Pray and circle for Mama Fee. Goodbye messages. Yes. Who do you think is winning the season? Girl. I don't know. Jury management is going to be... What I will say is this. For certain, one of the two boys will be sitting in those final 2 chairs. Who they sit next to is still up in the air. But one of the 2 boys sits in those final 2 chairs for certain. Whether they take Mama Fee or whether they take Bowie. But honestly, to be honest with you, I feel at this point, Bowie has... If I'm there, at least. Let me say this. If I'm there. Let me not make a generalized statement. If I'm there and I'm still in the house and or I'm in jury, my thought process is that Bowie has built... If I'm one of them, not if I'm in the... If I'm one of them. If I'm Jag or Matt. Bowie has 2 HOH wins under her belt at this point. Bowie has been riding with them since the very beginning of this game. But I also think that she makes a case for how she has been able to navigate this game in a way where she has not touched the block all season. Right? And she can attribute that to her social skills, or I don't know how she kind of packages this up. But this is the thoughts that I'm having if I'm one of the 2 guys. So I'm thinking maybe it's time for me to get rid of Bowie Jane. If I'm mad, I likely take Mama Fee. I strongly believe that Jag really does want to take Bowie, though. I believe that. Also, not for nothing, Mama Fee made a hell of a move at the beginning of this season with the back door of Heisem. And that could be considered one of the biggest moves of the season, quite frankly. Like, I don't know. I'm just, if I'm in jury and this is the conversation that I'm hearing, Does Jury feel like Bowie has a better resume than Mama Fee? What if? Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Pause. What if the final two is Bowie Jane and Mama Fee? Girl, listen. Come on, God. Mama Fee for HR. Faith of a mustard seed. I believe that Jag takes Bowie, and I believe that Matt takes Mama Fee, and I think that Jag takes Bowie. I don't think that they both take Bowie Jane. If nothing else, regardless of what Matt had gone up to HOH room and said to Jag, I think that he knows that Bowie Jane is more in Jag's corner than she is with Matt. I was in the house for 65 days. Jag and Bowie Jane had worked out together, done biking, literally every single day that I was there. Her relationship, based on the 65 days that I was there, I think is different. Her relationship with Matt is different than her relationship with Jag. Her relationship with Matt is literally just based on proximity to Jag. It's not as deep and has not been as fruitful, I think, for her as the relationship with Jag. So Bowie Jane wins. I absolutely think that she oh yeah, I was clocking. I was clocking. They mentioned getting rid of Matt on the live feeds and taking Mama Fee. Not surprised by that either. Not because Matt has what, 1 HOH win and 2 vetoes. How many vetoes does Matt have? When I was in the house, he won the veto where he got the Josh Duhamel poster. He didn't get the actual veto, but he got the Josh Duhamel poster. And I think, has he won another veto? And I know he's currently HOH, so he has 3 wins compared to Jag's 7. Y'all, every time I see this commercial, I'm always like, literally, I haven't watched any of the edited episodes back besides the Thursday ones that I see. And anytime I see this commercial, I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. Okay, Julie giving Campbell's tomato soup. If this is day, okay, wait, okay, be quiet, y'all. Let's see.
Or should I say, hello, Final Four. Woo! It is now time for the live head of household competition to begin. Matt,
come on, God.
Outgoing HOH, you are not eligible to compete.
However, I know he's sick.
The winner of tonight's head of household will not only secure their spot in the finale, they will also be eligible to compete in the final 3-part head of household competition.
On Sunday or Thursday?
This competition
next Thursday.
Was sent down
they gotta be on
from
Sunday.
The comic verse. For years, the house guests have loved watching their Big Brother lives turned into comic book characters.
Oh, Lord.
In what is now a classic BB competition. Well, tonight, it's my turn. And that is why this competition is called Chenbot Volume 1.
Oh.
And here's how it works.
Okay.
You're about to be shown pages from my soon-to-be-released comic book.
Oh.
Once you study the first 2 pages, I will ask you 4 questions about what you just saw.
4, okay, that's not
Your
bad.
answer will be either page A or page B. For every correct answer,
let's play the game, y'all.
1 point.
Let's see which ones we get right.
I will then show you 2 more pages and ask 3 more questions.
I probably should have
The
done
house
this
guest
without
with the
drinking
most
wine.
points at the end of 7 questions will be the new head of household and guarantees themselves a spot in the final 3 on finale night. Does everyone understand?
Come on, God.
Excellent. Then watch closely. Here are the first 2 pages.
Okay. Chenbot. Okay, wait. You thought you could get rid of me that easy. Hand of money and BB Comics. Who's in there? This Cameron is in there? Are invading. The evicted house gets are loud and clear. Me Calamity. Oh, I'm covering the. Oh, is that me? Okay, that's me. Pandemonium hits. Who can stop them? Okay, not so fast. Me Calamity. Okay, sorry, I need to stop getting excited. Let me out of here. Oh shit. Okay, wait.
Question 1. A pair of scissors was shown on which page? A or B? The pair of scissors was shown on which page? A or B?
B.
Answers, please.
Oh, my BA.
Lock in your answers.
I lost already.
Answers are locked. Correct answer
Oh,
is
y'all.
B.
Oh!
Jag receives 1 point.
And I would have been right. I would have been right.
Question 2. The word havoc appeared on which page?
A.
A or B?
A.
The word havoc appeared
A.
on which page? Answers, please. Lock in your answers. Answers are locked. Correct answer is A. Everyone receives 1 point.
Okay, come on.
Reset, house guest. Question 3. A character was holding a building over their head on which page? A
A.
character was holding a building
A.
over their head on which page?
A.
Answers, please. Lock in your answers. Answers are locked. Correct answer is B. Bowie Jane gets a point. Reset, house guest.
I would have had 1
We
point.
have Jag with 2 points, Bowie Jane with 2 points, Felicia with 1 point.
Come on, God.
Question 4.
Okay.
A portion of a car appeared
A.
on which page?
A. Cause Cam was, it was by Cam.
A portion
A.
of a car
A.
appeared on which page? A or B?
Sorry,
Answers,
I'm yelling,
please.
y'all.
Lock in your answers. Answers are locked.
It's A.
The correct answer is A. Jag and Felicia. Reset, house guests.
I don't know why I'm so amped right now.
Here are the last 2 pages.
Okay, let's see. A car, a window, 750K is ours. Boom. Flute. Hearts. Pay attention. The muffin hands. Cockadoodle Zoom. Red and Riley. Chinbot's work is never done. Who is that? Riley? Who is that? Oh, is that me with my eyes bugged out like that? Me, American. Who is that girl? Child. Okay, look.
Question 5. There was a house plant on which page? A or B? There was a house plant on which page?
A. Come on, Mama Fee.
Answers, please. Lock in your answers. Answers are locked. The correct
What if it's
answer
B?
is A. Jag and Bowie Jane each get a point. Reset, house guests. We have Jag with 4 points, Bowie Jane with 3, Felicia with 2. Question 6.
Okay.
Chenbot had smoke coming out of her arm on which page?
A.
Chenbot had smoke coming out of her arm on which page? Answers, please. Lock in your answers. Answers are locked. The correct answer is A. Bowie Jane gets a point.
Bowie Jane,
Ties
pop.
up the score with 4 points.
I was saying Boy Jane won, girl. Boy Jane.
House guests. Here.
Cause like the HOH is like infinity rings, girl. Okay, sorry. Let me shut up.
The word Chenbot appeared more
B.
times on which page?
B.
The word Chenbot appeared more times on which page? A or B?
B.
Answers, please. Lock in your answers. Answers are locked. Correct answer is B. Jag and Bowie Jane have a tie score. Reset, house guests. We're going to a tiebreaker question. Please pick up your boards. The answer will be a number. The person who comes closest to the correct number without going over will be the new head of household. If you both go over, the person who comes closest to the correct number wins. In seconds, how long was the trick-or-treat luxury competition from the moment the message dropped from the scary verse to the moment Matt was announced as winner?
3,000 seconds in an hour.
Seconds. How long was the trick-or-treat luxury competition from the moment the message dropped from the scary verse to the moment Matt was announced as the winner?
3,000 seconds in an hour is always where I was with this type of math, or where I always would have been. I know 3,000 seconds is in an hour.
Answers, please. The correct number is 4,086 seconds, which means
Jag.
congratulations, Bowie James.
Oh! Wait, what was the number? Girl! DJ BJ said one thing about it.
How you can vote for your favorite house guest. Stay with us.
My face itching, my ears itching.
This new sound.
Yeah, DJ BJ said one thing about it, two things for certain. Listen, DJ BJ. Oh my God, y'all. What we gonna do, y'all? Well, what I will say is that if the conversations that they've been having on the live feeds about evicting Matt this week are true, Matt might get a taste of the block this week, sure. Oh, of course she's nominating Matt in Mama Feed, but oh my God. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe what we just watched, what we just witnessed right now. What? I'm interested to see what the veto will be. I'm interested. Who said fucking Bowie J? Bowie has never hit the block this season, and let me tell y'all something. The block is nasty. It's nasty. I was only on the block once. I was nominated in week 8 and I was evicted in week 9, and the block was nasty. It's nasty work. It's nasty business. It's nasty business. No, I legitimately thought that this was gonna be a house memory comp. What I will say is that the room that I stayed in, which was the scramble room, literally has all of these newspapers on the wall that have like different variations of house guests throughout the years and different headlines and so on and so forth. When I tell y'all that every single morning and night when I would wake up or get prepared to go to bed, I would study them for like an hour. I will always go into the scary room for what is it? Right before we do like the nomination ceremony on Fridays. I would go into the scare room because you have like a waiting period when they come in and say, hey guys, you know, it's time for the whatever ceremony. I would go into that room and I would study every single thing in that room, every single thing in the comic room, because I just knew the in-game comps were going to be house memory comps. So is that what the veto is?
Next Thursday, the winner of Big Brother will be determined, but you at home have the power to crown America's favorite house guest and hand them the $50,000 prize that goes with that title. Here's how to vote.
Okay.
It's time for America's vote. The Big Brother house guests have fought hard. They've laughed, cried, and played their hearts out. And now you get to award your favorite house guest $50,000 in cash. The winner of this special prize will be announced during the live season finale of Big Brother on Thursday.
There she is.
To pick which player you want to win $50,000,
votes are accepted until November 9th.
CBS.com/BBVote and vote now. For online voting, go to CBS.com/BBVote.
Who said me code for AFP? Now y'all just said something, okay? Y'all know I just paid for a wedding. I need all my coins, okay?
We will announce who you voted for during the live finale, but before we crown the winner of Big Brother, we still have a lot of games to play. Tune in Sunday at 10, 9 Central for a special live eviction episode. Who will be nominated, who will be evicted, and who will join Bowie Jane in the final 3. Plus, season 24 winner Taylor Hale joins us live to give us her take on this season. Then on Tuesday at 8, 7 Central, the final 3 get some much-needed messages from home.
Oh.
And the battle to become the last and most powerful head of household begins. Then it all comes down to this. Next Thursday at 8, 7 Central, it's the live 2-hour season finale of Big Brother. You don't want to miss it as we crown the final head of household of the season. The final eviction takes place and the jury of 7 returns to vote for the winner of Big Brother. Who will take home that title and the $750,000 grand prize? Find out Thursday. For now, let's eavesdrop on the final 4. From outside the Big Brother house, I'm Julie Chen Moonves. Love one another. Good night.
Bye, Julie. Look cute. So cute. Okay, let's see. What's T? Girl, DJ BJ is a collector HOH is like infinity rings.
I was okay when it was 2 to 3. You guys had 3 and I had 2, and then the next one it was like, yeah, none of that. It was strictly just, okay, will it be A or will it be B? Okay, which one?
Oh. Oh my God. What? Oh God, y'all. Cam, I'm stressed. I am legitimately stressed. And I was evicted 3 weeks ago. Oh my God, so stressed. Mama Fee is going to be so hard on herself about this comp. No, honestly, I am a super competitive person. So when I came in second place to Cam the week that me and Mama Fee were on the block by 23 seconds, it was literally paralyzing to me. It was legitimately paralyzing to me that I had lost by 23 seconds. Like, I could not let it go for days. On the outside, I was like, fine. On the inside, my blood was boiling. It was terrible. If y'all have questions, make sure y'all are putting the questions in the question box. Mimi, why didn't you use your voice more? Your reads were always correct. I was using my voice. See, the gag is that I was using my voice. Whether or not people actually decided to listen to me is another thing. It's another thing. The 23 seconds is crazy. FBJ being a BB legend now by getting 3 HOHs and never being nominated. Low key, say what you want to say. Oh yeah, you would absolutely be hard on yourself. Like, if you are a competitive person, and it's not even if you are a competitive person, there is $750,000 on the line. You don't even have to be competitive by nature. If there is anything that happens that disrupts your path to that $750,000, you are absolutely going to be upset about anything that happens along the way. Which is why I spend so much time talking to myself in the storage room, because I was like, all of the moves that were happening very early on, I was adamantly against them. And as you all just heard, Miss Cerie saying that there were moves that needed to happen that may not have been necessarily in the best interest of her game long term, but needed to happen because Jared is her son and having that layer of protection. I was early, and obviously at the time I didn't know that, right? Like, I didn't know that her and Jared were, mom and son, and so on and so forth. So I was just like, what are we doing? Why is this happening? Like, there were so many things that were happening that I didn't understand. And I really do think that early on in the game, the professors had a really, really, really good shot at making it deep into this game. But when we evicted Heisem, that was the first crack, and then evicting Red was the final nail in the coffin. We evicted 2 strong players, 2 players that would have been loyal to us. And I know people are like, well, Heisem was trying. That, to me, as I said in the storage room, does not matter. I don't care what was being said. Like I said, I don't care if my mama said my mama booty stank. Like, I don't care about any of that. I'm here to win. I'm not here to play a game of who said what and do I like what this person did or didn't say about me. Like, that does not give me $750,000. Getting rid of Heisem and then getting rid of Red was the downfall of the professors in this game. And literally, ever since those 2 left, The only people who have left this game have been the professors up until Kim has been evicted. Every single person who left the game after Red was a professor up until I left and Cam was evicted. Yeah. And why evict Jared? That was your flaw. Sorry, black men are the shield for dark skinned women. That power works me whole. To be honest with you, in that moment, when it came down to voting to keep Jared or not, it wasn't up to us. It was really up to Bowie Jane. And as we kind of get deeper into this game, and now you kind of see where Bowie Jane's loyalty lies, and so on and so forth. What I knew and what I said back at the red vote was that if we blindside Bowie Jane on this vote, and we plan to not include her in the plans to evict Red, she no longer buys into the bye-bye bitches, nor does she buy into the professors and any other alliance, Legend 25 or any other alliance that we have. I don't think it's a good idea to blindside her. What I was being told at that time was that we cannot tell Bowie Jane, because if we tell Bowie Jane, you know, she may be emotional about it, or she may, like, they're just concerned about how Bowie Jane will react to the news that Red was being evicted. And I was like, guys, if we don't include her in this, Bowie Jane no longer buys into this, nor does Cameron buy into this, regardless of how uneasy Cameron feels about this. Early on, Cameron was very uneasy about the professors because he come from, I think it was Family Style is what their alliance was, the very first alliance with Riley and the entire crew. It was Family Style, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm like, Cam no longer buys into this, and he's only partially bought into this. He doesn't really believe that he's with us the way that we're making it seem that he's with us. But if we blindside him and Bowie Jane on this vote, they are completely out, and that's what happened. And my pitch at the time was, we are so concerned about Red and Cam being a duo, we are not focusing on the fact that if we keep Jag, it would be Jag, Blue, Matt, Corey, America, then possibly Bowie Jane and Cameron, which all came to fruition. Literally all of those things came to fruition. And I couldn't understand at the time why we were so adamant about voting out Red. Red was super loyal to not the Brown Sugar Babes. Red was super loyal to the professors and Leisure 25 or you know, whatever it was. I didn't think that he would go against us. I know that he had his concerns about Izzy, and I know that he had his, you know, wanting to sit in a room with Jared and Cam and figure out where the miscommunication was around that. But I was like, and so what's the harm in that? Not knowing at the time that Jared had, you know, told a story about what Cam had really said, and that, you know, all these things were happening that I didn't know about. Like, there were so many things that were taking place that I just was not privy to. So, you know, now we get to Endgame, and I'm like, yeah, what I'd prophesized in week 3 and 4 and 5 of this game was completely ignored. And then we get to this place, and it's like, you know, and then, you know, obviously Jag was evicted to 0, and then he was saved by the power, which I believe was Matt's. When Matt, in the event that Matt makes it to those final 2 chairs and he starts to do his pitch for why he should be the winner of this game, one of the things that if I were him that I would say is the fact that he saved Jag with the power, the path to power, pathway to power that he got. Him saving Jag with that pathway to power is legitimately the best move that he's made this entire season. Yeah, it was. Him saving him with that path to power is the best move that he's made this entire season, because anytime Jag was in a position of power, you absolutely knew that he was not targeting Jag or Matt. He was protecting Matt. And he's won most of, if not all of, the competitions up until this point. So, have you ever talked to any of the evicted house guests? Yes, I've talked to all of the evicted house guests. I was just texting everybody a couple days ago. I was texting Hassan before this. Oh, let's see. I'm looking at some of the stuff that y'all have said. You would have killed the mental cops. Oh, absolutely. Mimi the Prophet. Okay. Why did you vote out Jared? Guys, Jared did not have the votes to stay that week. And I've said this to Jared, but I will say this to y'all. One of my biggest regrets in the game is Jag had come to me before it was the wall comp. It was the wall comp. And I believe that it was before the veto was played. And I can't remember who played the veto, who won the veto for the wall comp. I want to say that it was somebody else who won it. It was Jag. It was Jag who won the veto after the wall comp, which I think was Sweaty Scrimmage, if I'm not mistaken. This is how much I was studying. See, on Twitter, y'all was saying, Mimi I wouldn't see you studying on the live feeds. Girl, I was studying. What? Huh? I graduated high school at 16. If y'all don't think I was studying, I didn't. If I did nothing else in the house, any quiet moment I had to myself, I was studying. So anyways, the week that Jared won the wall comp, I believe that Jag won Sweaty Scrimmage, which was the veto, and took himself off of the block, or saved himself from elimination, saved himself from being evicted, or being put up, and took Corey off of the block. One of the things that I regret is not having a conversation sooner with Jared and telling him that Jag had told me that he was his target, and not telling Jared to, at minimum, because at that time obviously we didn't know that Jag was going to win the power of veto, but at minimum he could have put Matt on the block, and that would have totally changed the game. He could have put Matt on the block as a replacement nominee, as opposed to putting Cam on the block, and then Matt and well, I guess maybe, I don't know, if Matt would have been on the block, well, it would have changed everything. I was gonna say maybe, I don't know, it would have changed everything, because in the next week was the double elimination. Corey won the first one, and Matt won the veto, and because Matt won the veto, he was able to keep noms the same, and Jared was voted out, evicted. In the event that Matt would have been on the block, he would have played in that veto and had to use the veto on himself, right? Like, so many things could have and would have changed. Y'all are a pretty intelligent group of house guests this year. Oh, I love that. If it wasn't for the storage room, girl, I wouldn't know you would have been snapping on somebody. Oh, girl. The house is a madhouse. You guys had the votes, just needed one more. It was Sari and Felicia. You only needed 4 to save Jared. It would have been me, Mama Fee, Miss Sari, and then who? The only flip vote would have been Bowie Jane. That would have been the flip vote. It would have been Bowie Jane. That would have been the 4th vote for that double eviction. And honestly, at that point, I never believed that Bowie Jane was going to flip. I know that it was a conversation had in the bathroom to attempt to get Bowie Jane to flip, but I never expected Bowie Jane to flip the vote that week. Like, he wouldn't have had the votes, unfortunately. Is Jag or Matt winning? I don't know, girl. I have no idea. I'm scrolling back to look through the comments to see what y'all said. Why didn't you ever work with Jag, Corey, in America? So after the Izzy and Mama Fee week, when I learned that Brown Sugar Babes was not really a thing the way that I thought it was, and that was like my final 4. That was the final 4 for me at the time, the Brown Sugar Babes. Once I found out that Brown Sugar Babes wasn't really a thing, I did start to work with Corey, America, Jag, Matt, Blue, Bowie Jane, and myself, which would have been like a group of 7. I remember us sitting in the backyard and tossing around ideas for alliance names and so on and so forth. What happened was that next week was the double elimination, and I chose Bowie Jane, and then I chose Corey to play against in the Soulmates competition. And so once I'd done that, because everybody was choosing Miss Sari, and I just wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't going to do that. Everybody was choosing Miss Sari, and I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going after Miss Sari and Mama Fee. I'll let y'all do that. If y'all want them out so bad, then y'all have to do it yourselves. And what happened is that I think I still would have been in a good space with that group, but I know that Bowie Jane had gone back and said to them that myself, Miss Sari, and Mama Fee were trying to flip the vote to get Jared to stay as opposed to keeping Blue, and that made everybody very weary of, kind of where I stood. Hi, Sam! God, so yeah, guys, so many crazy things.
Hey! player in Big Brother.
I think it's appropriate for us to have this conversation in front of all of the fans. I told Heisem that he was my ideal final two. We've had this conversation in detail, and to be honest with you guys, we were talking about how the game was set up and how we think that players were kind of meant for each other. Like Izzy was meant for Miss Cerie, and Jag was meant for whatever, and Riley was meant for
Matt.
think that Heisem and I were supposed to find each other in this game and play the game together. We were literally just a week too late, and that hands down, outside of voting to evict him, one of the biggest regrets that I have of this entire season.
Yeah, my biggest regret is I didn't find you sooner.
Yes.
My biggest regret is I didn't find you sooner. You and I were both thinking logically and strategically, and we would have made it to the end.
We would have.
And I could have had you check me a little bit. And I would have trusted you. I would have been like, oh, she knows what she's talking about.
I had no agency in that alliance very early on. I was trying with everything that I had. My opinions and it just wasn't value at that point in the game. And I really wish that it would have been, because that was the downfall of our alliance. The professors legitimately could have gone deep into this game. There's no
God.
We had everything that we needed. It's no reason why we couldn't this game. Our biggest mistake was evicting you and then turning around the following week and evicting Red.
Yeah.
Biggest mistake.
Yeah, and remember I said to Mama Fee, I was like, who do we put up? We put up Matt and Jag, and look at what we should have done. I was like, week 3. I was like, Mama Fee, put up Matt and Jag. Like, that is the best strategic move. And she's like, no, it'll be Heisem. God.
At the time, there were so many strong feelings about the speech that had been given, and energy is transferable, right? So like when one person kind of feels everything and you're laying inside of a house where you can't move or go or do anything, then another person kind of feels as strongly about something as you feel it, and it's the Big Brother house and everything is the most important thing, in the moment when it's happening there. And I remember being like, guys, we cannot lose focus on what the goal is, and it's $750,000. We cannot be sidetracked by the littlest thing that we don't like or what was said or done that we don't agree with. We will have many of those moments throughout a 100-day season. Mm-hmm. There were more of those moments than anything else, but we have to stay focused on the thing, and we just could not stay focused on that thing. We just couldn't.
Yeah, and we could have made history, right? Like we could have really made history, all of us going to the end, right? And so it's just unfortunate. So unfortunate. Oh man, man, it's so good to see you. You look so good.
Thank you. So, listen, I can't wait.
You were about to say so do you, and then you were like, never mind, scratch that. It's true. It's late here.
I really wait to see you and give you a big, big hug. It has been way too long. It's been too long.
It has been too long, and I can hardly wait to see you.
No.
I can hardly wait to see you. Right?
And I don't know if they showed this in your goodbye messages, because I know they start to show you like all of the messages kind of after you have that initial conversation with Julie. And I remember saying in my goodbye message to you, I was like, I hope that I brought you some sense of peace in the midst of all of the chaos. I hope that those conversations that we had the week that you were evicted, because you know how it is, like when you're on the block and you're the target, like you are ostracized and isolated, and people don't want to talk. It's like you have to play. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to you. It's kind of like sleeping with the enemy for the rest of the house guests. Like if you're the house guest that's being seen with the person who's the target, it's like, oh, well maybe you should be the target.
Right.
And what I said in my goodbye message, I was like, I hope that the conversations that we've had this week have at least brought you some peace in the middle of the chaos. And I know that's not a consolation prize, but I really did not want you to feel isolated or ostracized or anything during those weeks. And I don't know if they showed you that part of the message.
Yeah, they did. And I think the part that was hard is that, you know, I did hear that people had made the statement like no one talked to Isom. Right? Like make him feel super isolated. And that part I think is a little unfortunate. But like, you know, like my conversation with you the day before I go home is like, it means so much to me because I was like, oh, I finally get it. Like, I finally get it. Right? Like, and I've loved you from the very beginning, and I've loved you since my eviction, and I can hardly wait to see you again. Right? Like, my heart is just going to explode on my chest when I get to see you. So I'm so happy. And you you are just looking so good. It's just like, I should have done something. I should have known. I would. You should have known.
I would actually get dressed at the Big Brother house, so I have to keep. It's already kind of just, you know, in my brain. So I gotta keep it going. Thursdays are now my days.
Oh, girl, it's great. It's great. Like, yeah, I'm still trying to decide on what I'm supposed to wear for finale.
Oh, same. I laughed because I was gonna wear something in my closet, and I was like, maybe you should put a little effort into this look. So I don't know what I'm wearing yet, but it's gonna be.
Yeah. Well, it is good to tune in and see you.
Yes.
I actually have to keep moving, but it was like really good to stop by.
So happy.
I feel like I just joined like Mimi's Christmas special.
Stop all of the ladies.
Yeah, of course. Bye. Good seeing everybody. I'll see you guys in just a second, like in a week, along with you, Mimi, where I can hardly wait to hug you.
Yes. Thank you for.
Of course. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh. Y'all, listen. I love Heisem down, okay? Love Heisem. In my goodbye message, I was just like, I hope this gets to you, and I hope that the conversations that we had this week brought you some sense of peace and solace, because when you're on the block and you're the target, it's tough. It is very tough. It really is tough. And I remember that week, everybody was trying to avoid Heisem, and everybody was kind of so concerned about how he would react and how he would respond. It was an expectation that he would have like a very lively response to being backdoor. And obviously he was super, you know, disappointed and sad about what had happened. But we had some really, really good conversations this week. And I don't know if they showed them on the feeds or if they were part of the edited episodes. But Heisem and I had some really in-depth and just like amazing conversations the week that he was on the block. And I think he said this, and even I said this in our private conversations, that week is when we both kind of looked at each other and realized you were the person that I should have been playing this game with from the beginning. Heisem is the person who should have been, he is my ideal final two. And I realized it a week too late. It was not until the Tuesday of the week that he was evicted that I was like, wow, I should have been playing this game with Heisem this entire time. Because the reality is that he and I were always close. Like, he and I had a level of, like, I remember anytime he would run, we would like go in the storage room and be like jumping up and down, so excited. And when he was HOH, we were sit up there talking for hours. And it just, in that time, it didn't click to me to say, hey, you are you are the person. And after he was evicted, the funny thing is that I felt like I never found my person after Heisem was evicted. Because in my mind, I was like, Heisem was my person. Heisem was, and I truly felt like, I was like, wow. Yeah. So crazy, guys. So this has been a whirlwind of a season. Like, I just sit and think every single day, oh, wait, let me tell y'all how funny it is. I was talking to my husband in the house the other day, right? And I was like talking mad shit. I was talking mad shit about like whatever it was I was talking about. And I stopped and I was like, I looked up in the corners to see if it was a camera, and I was like, I have fully been indoctrinated. I have fully been indoctrinated. Listen, fully been indoctrinated, girl. I am so used to there being cameras and microphones in every nook and cranny. I was like super scared to say whatever it was I was gonna say, and my husband just bust out laughing like, "Girl, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Listen, I got PTSD. You can't like freely talk shit the way that you want to in the Big Brother house. This is national television, girl. I can't be calling people musty on TV. I can't. You just can't be doing it." I was talking so much shit the other day, and I stopped and looked like, oh shit, ain't no cameras in here. Okay, you was my man all season. Absolutely. I left 3.5 weeks after my wedding. Of course I was my man. What? Of course, my man, honey. I miss my man. Yes, you can. No, you cannot. Listen, now y'all know, as soon as you get to talking crazy in that house and start talking like you at your mama house or at your auntie house, girl, cancel. Immediately. Immediately canceled. And my husband was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, I got PTSD. My life will never be the same. Never." Have you ever heard of Emo's Pizza? Of course I have. I'm from St. Louis. Shouldn't the government have taught you that before Big Brother? Oh, girl, listen. If you don't think that I have a little sticker to cover up my what is it? The camera on my computer? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, I'm telling y'all, Heisem is still my ideal final two in this game. I literally found him a week too late. We would have been a dynamic duo. I really believe that Izzy was for Miss Cerie. I really believe that Riley was for Matt. I really believe that Red was for Cam. Like, I think that this like the duos, the people who were cast, I think that there was maybe an idea to have them in some type of duo. I really do think that is true. And I really think that Heisem should have been my final two in this game. Yeah, I really believe that. I truly do believe that. Because if you just look at the setup, like, I'm like, it makes sense. It legitimately makes sense. And Heisem should have been he was my ideal final two. Yeah, he was my ideal final two. And if I can go back and do anything differently, it would have been that. It would have been that. Jared, not Heisem, was your shield. Jared was a shield for me very, very deep into the game, up until the week that he was evicted. Absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with you on that at all. Not disagreeing with you on that at all. And very similar to the Heisem situation. The votes just weren't there. What duo shocked you? The duo that shocked me, I think initially the duo that shocked me may have been Corey and America, but because I spent 65 days around them, now I'm not as shocked at Corey and America being a duo. I think very early on I was a little shocked, but having been around them for 65 days, it makes total sense to me why they are what and who they are. Still, then and currently, 100%. I was shocked at the time, but now, not shocked. To be friends with Blue out of the house. Yes, Blue, listen, Blue and I's relationship was like a long time coming. For the first half of the game, we literally said like very few words to each other, and it wasn't until like the last 3 weeks of the time that I was in the house that we started to develop a closer relationship. And I think it was literally just us finding an opportunity to like break the ice in a way that wasn't like awkward, because you know, she'd always been close to Jared, and then I was close to Jared. I had some level of like closeness to Jared, and I think very early on she wasn't that close to Miss Cerie and Mama Fee. But obviously they did have the 7 Deadly Sins alliance where they were working together, and I was outside of that. So my last 3 weeks in the house, Blue and I started to get closer and started to connect. And unfortunately, it was you know, our connecting point was you know, the Corey and his style of gameplay. But honestly, for me, once I had the conversation with her, and I kind of gauged that Corey was her target, and Corey was someone that she kind of, you know, she was upset with because he put her on the block next to Jared, as opposed to doing Mama Cerie, as he'd initially said. Once I kind of gauged that, I was actually never planning to go after Corey in America. My targets would have always been Jag and Matt. Obviously, I was never going to say that to Boo because I knew that, you know, she had proximity to them and she had some level of closeness to them. But I did want to use her dissension for Corey as a starting point for us to develop some type of relationship. Whether or not that was real on my end or not was fine with me, but I knew for a fact that you know, that I needed to have more allies in the game. After the Izzy and Mama Fee week, I kind of feel like I was on an island by myself. Me and Mama Fee had made the final two, but I knew that I needed more allies than that. And, you know, I saw Blue as a strong competitor. And at that point in the game, someone who had lied to me or directly to me, and has she lied behind my back or doesn't behind my back, I'm not sure, but directly to my face, she hadn't been somebody that lied to me, or had gone against me up until that point. So I was like, I need an ally. It's gonna be Blue. And we definitely started to develop a closer relationship, and I'm so happy that we did, because I cannot wait to see her on the outside. Like, we're gonna have so much fun. So much fun. I'm going through the questions. Do you want to go on another reality show? Maybe. I'm not ruling it out. Do you miss Mama Fee snoring and talking to her sleep? Oh, girl. Now, you know, talking, you call it talking? It was singing to me. Singing is what it sounded like to me. I don't know. Have you watched all the episodes back? I haven't watched all the episodes back yet. I told myself that I was going to watch it when my mom comes down here for Thanksgiving. I'll watch them with her and my husband all together. You were the only one with clear vision in the house. Love you, Queen. Hope life has been well. Thank you so much. Life has been great for me since I've come home. I got to spend time with my man, and life has been great for me. Thank you guys so much. So sad that I'm here in, you know, obviously not in the jury house and or still in the Big Brother house, although I would have preferred to still be in the Big Brother house going for my chance at $750,000. Happy to be back home with my man, though. And can't wait to see everybody next week. Oh, y'all, I'm about to slay so hard for finale. Are y'all being brought back for finale? Yes, ma'am. Can't wait. Going through questions. Have you heard the fucking Bowie Jane Felicia mix? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going through the questions. See, I don't know why my questions, the questions box that y'all normally go to is not letting me see the questions. It says that it has 0 questions, but it's literally like 70, not 70. Was there 65 questions in there? So I don't know. Why it's not letting me see. Is everybody in the house coming by together for a watch party? I am not sure, sister. I have no idea. Are you taller than Julie Chen? We were both sitting when I was on stage with her, so it's hard to say if I'm taller than Julie, you know, taller than her or not, or if we're the same height. Will you do a meet and greet in St. Louis? I would love to do a meet and greet in St. Louis. I know the perfect place. It would be so cute. I really do. I'm in the process of trying to plan a meet and greet in DC, and it's going to be fabulous. Like, it's not going to be your average meet and greet. In the event that I'm able to pull it off, it legitimately will be fabulous. Like, literally. Who irritated you the most? Girl, everybody. What? Huh? Everybody. Everybody. Honestly, y'all, when I say irritated, because every time I come on live, y'all are like, oh, you hated everybody, you didn't like everybody. You are living. Big Brother is not only a reality competition show, it is a social experiment. I am an only child. I've only had 2 roommates before moving in with my husband, and obviously my husband and I live here alone. We don't have any children. We just have our dog Gizmo. And I grew up in the house 17 years as an only child with my mother. I've never, ever been around so many people in my living space as I have in the Big Brother house. So, like, when I say everybody got on my nerves, it's not because they did anything in particular. Everybody just got on my damn nerves, because why is there so many of y'all here? Why are y'all talking? Why are y'all up early in the morning singing? Why are you brushing your teeth like that? Why are you eating cereal in the bathroom? What? I used to be annoyed by every. Why is it clumps of hair in the shower? Why does it smell like booty in the bathroom? Why do the couches smell like funk? Girl, everything would irritate me. What? Have y'all ever lived in a house with 16 people? Have y'all? If y'all have, God bless you. God bless you. I'm going to pray for you. Because everything irritated me. With 16 people, how many? It was 17. 6. Girl, I used to walk in the bathroom, somebody eating a bowl of cereal. But why? What's the reason? Why? Why exactly do you need a bowl of cereal in the bathroom? I'm confused. Why am I in the shower and y'all just sitting out here playing patty cake while I'm in the shower? What's the, huh? Girl, I used to be annoyed by him. Everything. I would rather live outside in a survivor shack than in a BB house. Okay, sis. Now you lost me there. You lost me. Hiding a cereal is how you know you down bad in a Big Brother house. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Me. Okay, listen. Me. Somebody breathe. Oh, and what y'all don't know, what y'all couldn't hear, is that Corey, anytime he would be upstairs, like on the HOH game room, have not level, he would stomp like this. And let's see if y'all can hear this. My husband downstairs pissed. I would be like, what? Is it the Jolly Green John? Who? He ain't bigger than the pen, girl. He's me. B5 bum. I spill the blood of an Englishman. Why are you walking like that? Walk light. I need you on your tippy toes. He used to come to the scribble room, and I used to be like, is there a reason you stopping like that? You must, where do you got somewhere to be. Girl, B5 bum. I swear to God, every single time he used to, B5. You know when it's Corey, you think that, who did you think was walking upstairs? Girl, you think it's Matt, an Olympian walking upstairs. It's Matt somewhere in the bathroom chilling. 3, 5, 4, 5. Sir, where are you going with those anchors in your socks? Take them out. Take them out immediately. Why? Do you know, girl, I would have, walking around my mama's house like that as a kid, I would have been strangled somewhere. Don't ever walk like that in my mama's house. Don't ever. In my house, as for me, in my house, you're not walking with anchors in your socks. In my house, tiptoe. I'm gonna need for you to tiptoe around here. Yep. I'm gonna need for you to tiptoe. Anchors, absolutely. Anchors for anklets. Okay. Anchors for anklets. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I used to be downstairs like, what is he up there doing? What is happening? Girl, have you met up with Izzy yet? I haven't met Izzy yet, but I have talked to Izzy. Izzy and I had like an hour and a half conversation the other week, and we legitimately just laughed the whole time about how insane this season was. Let's see your pedicure. Oh, girl, I don't have a pedicure right now. Girl, I won't get a pedicure until Monday. You don't want to see the dogs right now. They're not barking. They are howling. The dogs are howling. You don't want to see my toes. Don't do that to me. Don't ever ask me that. Don't ask me to see my toes right now. Girl, who let the dog out? Okay? Who let the dogs out? Have you seen Jared? I have seen Jared. Jared was in DC for a Bryson Wynn event. It was for one of the Survivor watch parties, and we had so much fun. What was your favorite moment in the storage room talking to yourself? Honestly, I probably had more storage room moments than they actually like showed on the live feeds or in the edited episodes. I think my favorite would probably have to be the week that they were trying to flip the vote to keep Cam over Riley. That I can't remember what I was saying that week, but I think that may have been my very first storage room rant. And I was like, oh, I love it here. This is a safe space. I can be logical. I can be all of the things that I need to be that don't come across as threatening by myself and not to the other house guests. So I think it was probably that. I couldn't 10 laps. I couldn't count 10 laps. Oh, okay, listen. I used to be pacing and eating grapes. Pacing and eating grapes. Me, pregnancy. What? What are y'all talking about? The math ain't mathing week. That was probably the week. I think my very first, when they were trying to flip the vote to keep Cam over Riley, I was like, y'all, what? That was first half of this game was crazy. The first half of this game was because we were all literally just trying to figure it out, and you don't have anything to go off of. Like it's you're so new. Wait, Nicole, you're pregnant. Who said I was pregnant? I've seen like 20 people write that today. Who told y'all that I was pregnant? I'm sad you, American Corey, were never able to work together. That was my Delulu dream trio. I know. Well, listen. Y'all, we did try to work together. Remember we had a Final Four? Who read it up? Who read it off the Final Four? Because I never said anything about the Final Four. I had never, y'all know me. I will keep, there's game information that I could have used as ammunition still to this day that I ain't said. Okay? So I definitely did rat out the Final Four. Who ratted out the Final Four? Saria and Mama Fee said you should be pregnant by finality. Ooh. Did they say something? Corey ratted out the Final Four. Who did he tell? America. I never said anything about the Final Four to anybody. I never did. I promise. I never ratted out the Final Four. So when Blue came to me saying that she heard about the Final Four, my first instinct told me that America is the one that told her that, right? Because I knew at that point her and Corey had an interesting relationship, right? And I was like, if anybody's going to tell her anything, it's going to be America. I'd also heard from Blue and Jag at that point that anything that I was saying in conversation, America was coming back and saying to Jag, Matt, Blue, and Corey. So I was like, oh, when Blue came to me and said that, you know, she heard about the Final Four, yada, 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 I was like, oh, America must have told her that. I just assumed. I didn't know if it was true or not, but I just assumed. America admitted that she read it out in her DRs. See, I haven't watched any of the edited episodes back, but and I'm telling y'all what my thought process was in the moment. Like at that time when Blue came to me and said, oh, well, I heard about, I heard that Mama Fee made a proposition for a Final Four, something to that effect, and I was like, what? I can't remember what I said, but I was lying. Like, oh, I can't remember whatever it was. But in my mind, I was like, oh, America must have told her, because I don't think that Corey would have come and said that to her. Let's see. What was your reaction when you saw how you were live tweeting episodes from 10 years ago? Tweet for every situation. First of all, I cracked up laughing. The first person to tell me that I had been live tweeting the episodes during the time that I was in the Big Brother house was Taylor in my exit interviews. And when she told me, I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, your tweets from like 10 years ago. And I'm like, 10 years ago? I was a mess. Girl, I was a mess 10 years ago. A hot mess, okay? So when she was like, your tweets from 10 years ago, I was like, oh, girl. The first thing I'm thinking is, what the hell did I say? 10 years ago? Girl, I was a hot-ass mess. I was uncouth 10 years ago. Girl, 10 years ago, I was a mess. Okay? A hot mess. Do you think we're going to get a Kylan Shane like blindside on Thursday? I think we could. Or Sunday. I think you mean Sunday. We have a live eviction on Sunday. Or is it eviction? A live eviction or nomination. So what's today? Thursday. So there will be a nomination on Friday, which is tomorrow. And I guess there will be a live eviction on Sunday. Girl, please. It's going to be a mess. The tweets were a mess. Tweets were a mess, girl. Tweets were a mess. Yeah, it'll be a live eviction on Sunday, which is going to be interesting because should I come back? And I thought this was the final live eviction before the finale. So should I come back on live on Sunday? Girl. Nicole, do you think Bowie Jane had a chance to win? Bowie Jane collecting HOHs like infinity rings. I think if y'all didn't think that she had a chance to win before, she definitely got a chance to win now. BB was a total mess. That's why your tweets stay relevant. Oh, hello. Let's see. Who would you be rooting for if you were in jury? I think it depends on who was in the final two. I would need to see who was in the final two first. Let's see. What was the rude comment you overheard from America? So now, listen. Like I said, your perception in the Big Brother house is literally your reality. Unlike you guys, we do not have the privilege to hearing every conversation and, you know, having the edited episodes the way that you guys have, or watching the live feeds for 24 hours a day the way that you guys do. So whatever is right in front of you is the only information that you have. And quite frankly, when you are in the Big Brother house, you are operating on half truths and half information legitimately at all times. So what I heard that day in the bathroom, America was in the shower. I think I was just coming out of the restroom, and I think Jag had just walked into the bathroom, if I'm not mistaken. I used the restroom, washed my hands, and before I actually walk out of the bathroom to go out of the door, I step on the scale. So the mirrors that you see in the bathroom, when you are by the shower / the bathroom stall, some of those mirrors, you can like point to the front of the bathroom door, so you can kind of see who is coming out and who is going. Obviously America thought that I was out of the bathroom because I walked that way and she was in the shower, so I'm sure she wasn't like, you know, directly looking at me, but just assumed that I walked out of the bathroom. So I go and get on the scale, and I hear her say, I still need to talk to Mimi. And then she kind of gets low. I don't hear what she says in between that. And then she gets high. Her voice kind of elevates again. And then she's like, yeah, she's been tripping. And I was like, tripping? I ain't did nothing. So I was a little sussed out by that, because I was like, she still needs to talk to Mimi, but I've been tripping. What does that mean? And so that for me, I was just like, first of all, what? Why are you having a conversation with Jag about me? Like, I thought that we were good. Two, how am I tripping? I haven't done anything. So that's what I thought that I heard her say. But then, you know, after the fact, you know, you guys have on Twitter told me that she was referring to Mama Fee since then. But that's what I heard her say in the bathroom at the time. And I thought that she was referring to me, because the first thing I heard her say was, I still need to talk to Mimi. Her voice gets a little lower. And then when she elevates again, all I hear her say is something, 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 but she's been tripping. And so I'm like, I don't know what that means, but it was super sketch. Mind you, in the Big Brother house, you don't really need that much of a reason for anything. Like, everybody is looking for a reason for the smallest things. And even hearing that, had I won HOH that week, I still would have targeted Corey in America. My target since week 5 would have been Jag and Matt. I was always on that train. But I did overhear her saying that. So when I started to do my pitch, I think this was on the Wednesday before I was evicted, this is one of the things that I had said to Jag to kind of layer on the, you know, if I stay in this house, I'm going to target Corey in America as opposed to you, because I've heard America say this thing about me. I really didn't care that much about the thing. It really wasn't that big of a deal to me. I just used that as part of my pitch. I wasn't actually going to target her because she had said that. But when I heard it, I did think that she was referring to me at the time, but I wouldn't have actually used it to target her. But I couldn't go into the pitch with Jag and Matt telling them that I was going to target them, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that's kind of where I was. The whole house was so scared of you and Blue getting close, like, calm down. Girl, hello, listen. I'm like, why can't I have friends? You know what's crazy? This whole season, there have been so many instances where I was like, why is it always an issue when I'm like getting close to somebody, or I'm like developing a relationship, or I'm like hanging? Why is it always an issue? Like, am I not supposed to have allies? And like, literally every single person in this house has an ally, but I can't like have allies. So even when Corey, I remember when I was on the block and I was doing my pitch, I remember both Corey and America saying to me like something about Blue. America was like, yeah, and you picked Corey over Blue in the Soulmates comp, the double eviction week, and that was like a little sketchy. And then you picked Blue to play for you in the veto, and you didn't pick Corey. Like, why did you do that? And I was like, well, I didn't talk to anybody about playing for me in the veto. I just chose somebody, which was partially true and not true. Like, I didn't actually tell Blue that I wanted to. I'm lying. I did tell Blue that I was going to pick her for the veto. But, child, what? Hell, I needed a strong competitor on my side that in the event that she would have won, that she would have used it on me. Corey ass wasn't winning. That's the gag. I mentioned that's why he targeting me health because all she seemed to have done the big girl in the house was there. I mean, Mimi, I need a Real Housewives of BB with you, Sari and Fee screaming. Do you watch the live feeds now? I don't actually watch the live feeds. I just see the updates that I see on Twitter. But yeah, just sharing my thought process with you guys, because when you are in the Big Brother house, whatever you see on the live feeds and whatever you see in the edited episodes, I've said this again, it's literally just a microcosm of what actually happens there. Like, it is so hard to share in 60 seconds, even on the live feeds. Like, you have 2 rooms on the live feeds. That does not mean that conversations are not happening in other rooms in the house just because they're not shown on the live feeds. So whatever you see on the live feeds and even in the edited episodes are legitimately just a microcosm of what actually goes on in the Big Brother house. There is literally strategizing happening just about every single minute of every day. So, like, yes. Let's see. Any tea on your upcoming finale outfit? Girl, I waited to the last minute to get my outfit, so I'm hoping that it's here on time. Yeah. But if you guys have not already, I highly encourage you to join my broadcast channel, The Storage Room. As soon as the outfit comes in the mail, I'm going to be sharing it there. So, yes. Are you going to finale? Absolutely. Are y'all told when live feeds are on and off? No, you're not. Are you excited to tell everybody about your real job at the finale? I am. I don't know if it's going to be like, do you think that people will be surprised by it or not? Like, I don't know if people actually believe that I was a teacher. I don't know. I haven't gone back and watched like any of the live feeds or edited episodes. So do people actually believe that I was a teacher, or I don't know. Matt talks about you on the live feeds about you doing your hair too close to the bathroom. I don't know what that means. The storage room, yes, the broadcast channel is called The Storage Room. Let's see, I'm just going through some of the comments. I joined late, but what are your thoughts on the Riley letter? Is that the first time in BB history that a current house guest has gotten a letter from an evicted house guest from their same season? Like, is that the first time that has happened before? That is crazy. So crazy. It was definitely mentioned that you were not a teacher, but I forgot who said it. Your teacher stories were too good. Weren't they good? IDK of the Believe I Was a Teacher, Emily Dickinson. Ooh, girl, not too much on me and my Emily. You were such a breath of reality when people started to spiral. Thank you for that. Yes, it's something to be said about quiet strength, mental fortitude, logic, and so on and so forth. I told myself going into this Big Brother house, what I will say is that your thought process before coming into the house is everything. And for me, I had my wedding 3.5 weeks before leaving to go to sequester for Big Brother. So I won't say how many days I had in sequester because I don't know if that varies or not, but the amount of days that I had in sequester leading up to my time in the Big Brother, entering the Big Brother house on premiere night, before going into the Big Brother house, I told myself, I felt like I was so stressed. I was so stressed because I had planned my entire wedding. I didn't have a wedding planner at all. Planned my entire wedding. It was beautiful. If you guys haven't seen the pictures on my page already, highly recommend you go and see them. Literally planned every single detail of that wedding, manage all of the vendors, so on and so forth. I'm working was working at that point full-time as an education lobbyist. If you guys don't know what that means, that just means that I am an individual who lobbies on behalf of public education. At the time, before I left to go into the Big Brother house, my job was to lobby and advocate on behalf of public education, specifically K through 12 education, and working to improve the quality of education and education systems in our country. And I would go to Capitol Hill and the U.S. Senate and the House of Representatives, so on and so forth, and talking to them about the laws and policies and procedures that are being created around public education. So all that to say, super stressful job, super duper stressful. You combine that with the fact that I just planned my own wedding, combine that with the fact that I am leaving my husband 3.5 weeks after my wedding to go in the house for 100 days at the time, 65 in my case, but 100 days. Myself that the one thing that I told, sorry, I thought I paused. The one thing that I told myself that I wasn't going to do was I was not going to lose my cool. Before going, I felt like I was walking on eggshells, everything. I was just super stressed and like literally everything. Like, it's hard for me to explain. So before going into the house, I was just like, I need to ensure that my mental fortitude and my mental like stability is on point, because if I don't, it will legitimately be my downfall in this game, because I felt so stressed and under so much pressure before even going into the house. So I knew that I wanted to be as cool and calm and collected as possible. So that was literally my thought process. Definitely sound like a politician, our next Madam President. Hello, get into it, POTUS. Have you ever met America's First Lady, Mrs. Obama? I have not met the Obamas, unfortunately, but I did go to the opening of the African American Museum here in Washington, D.C. I can't remember the year that it opened. Maybe it was like I was working on Capitol Hill at the time, so maybe it was like 2016 or 2017. Anyways, they were the host for that event, and it was literally the most fabulous event that I've gone to in my life. It was great. Let's see. Are you allowed to talk game while changing for comps? Don't know what that means. What do you mean changing for comps? Like changing clothes for comps? I don't know if that's what you mean. Anything you were surprised to learn after getting back into the real world? Yes, Senator Dianne Feinstein passed away. That was like super shocking to me. Super, super, super duper shocking. It was 2016. Yeah, I can't remember. It's like 2017, 2016. It was crazy. Let's see. Do you dislike Corey on a personal level? I don't dislike Corey on a personal level. I've said this on the past couple lives that I've had. But honestly, once I was evicted from the Big Brother house on day 65 and I left the house on day 65, I left anything game related, any strong feelings or emotions that I may have had about anything that happened in the game. I left that in the game, because at this point I've lost, right? And it doesn't serve me in my real life or in my personal life to hold any issues or strong thoughts or opinions that I had in the Big Brother house against anybody. So no, I don't dislike Corey. I was pissed in the moment. Yeah, my chance of $750,000 is down the drain. What? Would you not be pissed? Girl, I think people want to walk out the house like, thanks y'all. It's been real. Girl, no, I was upset. What? Like, what? I was still upset. Let's see. Did you listen to Jared's Twitter space? If so, what did you think of it? I didn't listen to all of it. And I came midway through Jared's Twitter space. If you're talking about the one that he did yesterday or the day before yesterday, I did listen to it. And I think that he did a really good job of just kind of laying it all out of the line and giving you guys and anyone who was listening a little more insight into his thoughts, feelings, and emotions at the time that you are in the Big Brother house. And I think that's great. Like, I love that for him. I think we also have to remember Jared is 25 years old? Jared is still 25 years old. So still so much learning and so much growing that he has to do. But from what I heard on the Twitter spaces that he had, he took accountability for a lot of the things that were said and done in the house, and also explained his thought process. And I think what more can he ask for? So yeah, I thought it was great. I thought you did a really good job. At least your memory picture wall with certain looks. Oh, y'all like the picture that I did not like that picture I had on the memory wall. I was like, ugh. When I saw it, I was like, oh, this is such an ugly picture. Besides yourself, who would you vote for America's favorite player? Besides myself, I think that it would have to be between Jag, Cam, Mama Fee, and Miss Marie. Let's see. Your finale speech would have girl, eight, 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 eight. Okay. I love your Thursday outfits. You always looked amazing. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thursdays were literally the only days in the house that I would look forward to. One, because it's a new HOH competition, and I was never throwing HOHs. I always wanted to be HOH. Listen, I love working in politics. You love power. Like, I love being in a position of power or being in a decision-making position, okay? Like, I live for Thursdays. Not only is it an opportunity for me to be cute and put that stuff on, it's also an opportunity for me to win, girl. When I like get on Twitter and people are like, yeah, such and such said they were throwing it, I'm like, throwing it. Girl, I can't name an HOH that I threw. I never threw an HOH. I love being in a decision-making position. Legitimately, that's my entire job, is making hard and tough decisions that impact a lot of people. I love being in positions of power and decision-making positions because I'm a good decision maker. What? Let's see. What is your political job? Before I left to go into the Big Brother house, I was and still am an education lobbyist. At the time, I was working for a national nonprofit, and I started my career on Capitol Hill. I spent 5 years working in the office of a member of Congress. So that's how I that was my first big girl job, working on Capitol Hill and working in the office of a member of Congress for 5 years. I started out in education policy, so I would draft education laws while I worked for the member of Congress. And then I went and got my master's degree in education policy, and then I transitioned into the nonprofit world, and immediately before going into the Big Brother house, I worked for a national nonprofit as an education lobbyist. Did you get paid anything for your time at the Big Brother house? Yes, you do get paid for your time at the Big Brother house. You were definitely a great decision maker. You're only one with sense to keep high some. Let's see. Have you seen people on Twitter thinking Bowie has a crush on Matt and Jag? I haven't seen that on Twitter. Do I think that she has a crush on Matt and Jag? I would say that she has a crush. Now, when I was in the house before I got evicted on day 65, did I see her washing and folding clothes? Yes, I did. Do I think that translates into having a crush? Not necessarily. Do I think that she is trying to do whatever she can to solidify herself as part of a trio with them? Yes, I think that she was and is, and has it worked in her favor? Yes. Let's see. What is an education? Do you eventually want to be president? About being president, actually, so I can't confirm or deny. What is an education lobbyist? An education lobbyist is somebody who advocates on behalf, in my case, on behalf of public education, so public education systems in this country, so K through 12 education. And essentially what you do is that you lobby or advocate you lobby or advocate for laws geared toward a specific group. For me, that was public education, K through 12. So that's essentially what I do. But yeah, would you have a line with Kirsten if she wasn't eliminated week 1? Yes, absolutely. Kirsten was, if I'm not mistaken, the very first person that I talked game with coming into the house. I remember us going upstairs to the game room, and we were like jumping around like, oh my God, when I saw you, we just had that moment, like when I saw you, and when I saw myself in you, you saw yourself in me. When we first saw each other, we kind of had that moment. And I remember saying to her, I was like, girl, do you know that Miss Marie is here who just won Traders and is like a Survivor legend? And she didn't know what Traders was. And I was like, oh, okay, let me keep this to myself. I don't know if people know that. But I had just watched her winning Traders literally right before I came into the house. So it was crazy. Have you met any of the cookout yet? I love them so much. Yes, I met Tiffany, Hannah, and Alda. I've met Tiffany, Hannah, and Alda so far, and Big T. I've talked in text with Big D. I haven't met him in real life yet, but I have met Tiffany, Hannah, and Alda in real life yet. Do you think Bowie will be smart for once and put Matt and Jag on the block? I think if I'm Bowie, I think this week she puts, not if I'm Bowie, I think based on how we've seen Bowie play this game so far. I think she puts Mama Fee and Matt on the block this week because does she have a final two with Jag? Would you ever do a meet and greet in DC? Yes, sister. Did you like Kate from Trader? She kind of ate. Kate did kind of eat on Traders. Now you just said something. What are your thoughts what are your thoughts on the psychological tactics talked about and used by Jag, Matt, and Bowie? You mean this week on the feeds in terms of isolating Mama Fee and Miss Reed, not talking to them, and so on and so forth? I think that I hadn't been keeping up with the feeds. This is just what I've seen on Twitter, so I don't want to misspeak because I didn't see it for myself. But based on what the narrative that had been shared on Twitter, it's unfortunate when you get to this point in the game. Obviously Mama Fee and Miss Reed have contributed tons to the house. Mama Fee and Miss Reed are always the ones in the kitchen who were cooking the family style dinners. Had it not been for them, we wouldn't have had any family style dinners this season. And that's not to say that is or isn't a reason to isolate them. But I do think that, even going back to my point in the conversation that I had with Heisem the week that he was evicted, I don't think that it's right to isolate anybody in this game. Literally, this game is already hard enough. Like, playing Big Brother is hard as hell, girl. It is hard as hell. I was just like y'all. I've seen every season. I was a super fan. I thought I knew everything that I needed to know going into this game. You know nothing. Okay? Look in my eyes when I tell y'all this. You know nothing. Okay? You know nothing about this game until you are in it and you are playing it. It is a beast. It is a monster. It is unlike anything that you've ever done in your life. And I've done some hard shit in my life. I have done some hard things in my life. Playing the game of Big Brother is hands down the hardest thing that I've ever done in my life. It is unlike anything else that you will ever do. It is legitimately freaking hard. So things like isolating somebody and, people get evicted and they kind of treat them like they have the plague. Same thing that happened with Kirsten, same thing that happened with Heisem. And I don't like that. I don't like that because we're all human. We all sacrifice so much to be in this game and so much to play in this game. The reality is that literally every week somebody has to be evicted, somebody has to be eliminated, and that just is what it is. But I don't think that we should be ostracizing or isolating anybody in this game just because they're the target or they will be evicted this week. Like, I don't agree with that. Did you apply to Big Brother, or did you get reached out to by someone? Any tips for those who want to apply? I did not. I was not recruited. I was an applicant, and I actually submitted my application a week after my application audition tape a week after Taylor won last season. So watching Taylor win, obviously I love the kick season 23, one of my favorite seasons, but then watching Taylor win last season literally sent like a jolt. Or was it jolt or bolt? Like, it literally sent something through my body. Like, watching her, I remember being, and I'm not even like a super crying or like super emotional person. I remember watching the speech, my husband and I watching the speech last year, and I was literally like teary-eyed because I was like, oh my God. You just feel so many things and feel so many emotions because you remember, for me at least, like, you remember times where you may have been in a similar position, to what she kind of experienced in the game, and coming on the opposite side of that and how triumphant it feels to be on the other side of a dream that's like realized and turn into fruition. So still all that to say, I submitted my audition tape a week after Taylor won last season because I was super, super inspired. I was like, oh, if she can do it, I can do it. And obviously she made it look easy. It wasn't that easy, but yeah. But yes. All right, Cerise said it was harder than Survivor. Absolutely. Point is, it happens every season. I don't know which part you're talking about. Do you feel betrayed by Izzy now that she knew about Cerise and Jared? I don't feel betrayed by Izzy. I don't feel betrayed by Izzy, the fact that she'd known the secret. I mean, I watched all of Miss Cerie's seasons on Survivor, and I watched her on Traders, and I'm mad that I didn't clock it the way that she did. So I wouldn't say that I feel betrayed. I'm mad that I didn't realize it. Who do you think will be the top 3 for AFP? Me? I It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. I will probably say, if I just had to guess, not taking into account the conversations that are happening on Twitter, I would probably say Cam, Mama Fee, and Miss Cerie if I had to guess, but I don't know. I probably like maybe watching Taylor's finale speech and when she won. Oh, same. Have you watched back the season yet? No, I haven't watched any of the edited episodes yet. I've watched the last 3 or 4 evictions. I've watched every live eviction since I've been evicted on Thursdays, but I said that I wasn't going to actually watch the season back until Thanksgiving. I just need some time to like decompress. Y'all, I know I'm here talking to y'all and it's just like, oh, well, she's out and about and life is regular. I still am not acclimated to being home. Like, I'm still trying to process and like readjust and like pull myself together. Being in the house for 65 days and then however long you're in sequester, it's hard. Like, it really is hard. I'm still just like trying to adjust. So having been there for 65 days, I don't think that I'm at the point yet where I want to watch back the live or the edited episodes after having just lived it. Let's see. AFP outside of yourself. If I had to guess, somebody asked me who I think top 3 is. If I'm not taking like Twitter narratives into consideration, I would have to say Mama Fee, Miss Cerie, and Cam, but I think it should be me. What are you wearing to finale night? Girl, I just ordered a dress. If you haven't already, please join my broadcast channel, The Storage Room. As soon as the dress comes in the mail, if it comes in the mail on time, because it says it's supposed to be delivered between the 7th and the 10th, the finale is on the 9th. So let's see if it makes it here on time. If it does make it here on time, I'm going to put it in my broadcast channel as soon as it gets here. Why do you think there were so few secrets this season? Because everybody is a leaky faucet and they couldn't keep their mouth shut. 65 days is almost a whole season for old seasons. Girl, you telling me, and I'm not in jury. I'm sitting here talking to y'all on live. I voted for you, Cerie, Kirsten, Felicia, Izzy, Jared, and Blue. Okay. What's some of the things you do now at home after being in the Big Brother house that you didn't do before being in the Big Brother house? The only thing that really sticks out to me is checking the corners of walls to make sure there are no cameras there. Like, even if I go to like a restaurant or a grocery store, or even in my own house, I do that now, which is weird. What was the hardest casting question that you got? So I submitted an audition tape, which was the start of my casting process. Once I got through that, once I started the interview process, I legitimately cannot remember what any of the questions were, because honestly, y'all, I was just running on adrenaline during those interviews. Like, one, I was always at work, so I needed to like leave work early, or like go in my car, or like go into a quiet place at work where I can actually do this, because my job at the time didn't know that I'd applied to be on Big Brother. So I was just literally like going through the questions whenever they would come. It's hard for me to remember what exactly those questions were, because I legit was running on adrenaline whenever I would do my casting interviews. Let's see. What did you all think Jerry's last name was in the house, since he couldn't say Fields? We all kind of went through what our first and last names were in the house, because I remember Red's first name is Michael. Michael Utley, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember what last name Jared gave us, but I know for a fact that it wasn't Fields. I can't remember what it was. What does it say? This may sound weird, but how do you know how people's names are spelled while you were in the house, since you can't write? How do we know how people's names were spelled? Oh, so in some, like, sometimes you would get things in the house, like, say, how do I explain this? Sometimes you would get things in the house. So say you completed, for instance, the Cockle-Doodle Zoom veto competition is where all of the house guests who competed in that competition got the gray robes that you guys see and that you hate. So on those gray robes, inside of the robes would be a sticker with the name of the house guest written on it in like permanent marker, and that's kind of how you knew how people's names were spelled, if that makes sense. And we got different items throughout the season where we would have a sticker inside of like so any of like if you play in a veto, and you know, like the outfits that they give you, like when they did the sweaty scrimmage, they had the jerseys or whatnot. Inside of those like specialty items that you get for, you know, hosting a competition or competing in a competition, inside of those have a piece of tape and the name written inside. Because I was like, how do we know how people's name was spelled? That's how. Let's see. What was your immediate reaction to meeting Sari after just watching Traitors? The first thing that I said to her was, oh my God, you're Sari. I'm a fan. That's the first thing that I said to her. So I was really excited to meet her for the first time. Production spoon feed you ideas, things to say. Not in my experience, no. Most surprising news story you saw when you got out of the house. Most surprising thing that I saw was at the time the economy was on the brink of, or the government was on the brink of a shutdown, and Senator Dianne Feinstein had passed away. The casting tried to create a character archetype for you, like there were nerds, Corey, cowboy, hearing old person, if they did, I don't know what mine was supposed to be. Maybe the smart, maybe I was supposed to be like the cute, smart strategist. Is that an archetype? I don't know. How do you guys keep track of what day it is? Girl, you don't. You don't. You don't. There is literally not a calendar, a thing in the house that tells you what day it is. You just remember that the first HOH happened on day 4, and you go from there. Honestly, oh no, the first HOH happened on day 2. Was it 2? Child, look, my memory. The first HOH happened on day 2, and the first veto happened on day 4. That's how you know. Are you all going to be there live on finale? I believe we'll be live. Will you be friends with any of the house guests after the show? I am looking forward to like what life is like for all of us post show, because the Big Brother house is crazy. And like everybody is like, I was a super reserved version of myself in the Big Brother house. I was not like this Nicole in the Big Brother house, which I didn't feel like I could be this Nicole in the Big Brother house. But I was a super reserved version of myself. But I can only imagine, things that people reserve for themselves while they were also in the Big Brother house. So I'm really looking forward to just like hanging with everybody post finale. Is it true Blue told everyone she is a TikTok influencer? She did tell us that. She did. She told me that at least. I don't know if she told everybody that. I don't know if she said that to everybody. Just going through questions. The shower water pressure looked low. The shower water pressure was actually fine for me. Let me tell y'all, when I say I love a stink, girl, I want my shower water on hell. I don't want it hot. I want it on hell. Turn it up to the max. Put what is it called? The water heater. Put the water heater right here and put it on boiling. That's how I like my shower water to be. And I remember after the wall comp, when we had all of that goo and everybody was waiting to get into the shower, girl, I got into the shower and the shower was warm. I about lost my damn mind. And the week that everybody was a have-not and I had to take those cold showers, jail time for whoever decided to make us all have-nots. Let's see.